Hi, I'm Devin. Thank you for joining me today and taking a moment for movement. Today's practice will take approximately 35 minutes and is suitable for everyone. No special equipment is required, but if you have a yoga block or a yoga mat, it might make you more comfortable. If you're participating in the June Recovery Challenge on Strava this month, this is a perfect workout. For runners, cyclists, and swimmers, we're going to be lengthening and relaxing the muscles of use in our favorite sports. So don't forget to log your workout this month on the app. Let's get started. Start on your mat in a cross-legged position. If you have a towel or a yoga block handy, you can grab that now to give yourself a little bit more lift through the hips. Just place it under the tailbone and you'll find a little bit more relief if your hips and inner thighs are tight. So as long as you're in a comfortable position, you're okay. Just roll the shoulders back and stack them over the hips and let your hands rest in your lap. Let's close our eyes and take a couple nice deep breaths. Take a moment to let go any outside thoughts, plans, or ideas, and just focus on your breath and how your body feels right now. Unlike running, cycling, swimming, and many other sports, yoga is not a competitive sport. I know this is hard to turn that part of your brain off that always wants to challenge yourself or compete against the person next to you, but yoga is a practice. So if today we are not in the flexibility or the shape we want to be in or we've been in the past, that's okay. We embrace what we are doing today and what we are capable of. And there's always another time to get on the mat and continue working towards our goals. So let's inhale, interlace the fingers of the palms up towards the sky, lengthen, lengthen, lengthen through the body, and then reach the hands over towards one side, keeping the chest, shoulders, and face forward. Come back through center and lengthen to the opposite side. Come back into the center, release our hands down to our knees, and exhale. Arch the back, draw the chin towards the chest. Inhale, lift up through the chest, look up towards the sky. And again, exhale, arch. Inhale, lift. Exhale. And inhale, shoulders back over the hips, sitting nice and tall. We're going to swing our legs around and come onto our hands and knees, removing the block or towel. Just put that off to the side. And bring the hands under the shoulders, walk the knees back so they're under the hips. And we're going to continue to warm up the back of the body, moving with the breath. Exhale, arching, chin to the chest. Inhale, round, look up. So exhale, arch. Inhale, round, moving at your own pace, being gentle. Noticing if there are areas that are tight or sore today. Just keep that in mind as we progress through our practice. Look to neutral spine, back is flat, looking down towards our fingers, and we're going to lift into downward facing dog. So curl the toes, lift the knees off the mat, and reach the tailbone up towards the ceiling, pushing back and down through the heels, rotating the creases of the elbows forward towards the top of your mat, and just breathing deeply as we look back at our toes. You may feel tightness through the backs of the legs. It's pretty normal. And again, this is the beginning of our practice. So let's just start by pedaling our heels, reaching one heel down towards the mat at a time, warming up and lengthening the muscles of the backs of the legs and lower back. If you're feeling any tightness or stiffness in the head and neck, just gently look left and right, up and down, letting the muscles along the jaw, throat, and shoulders relax. Take one more nice deep breath here. Reach down through the heels, lift up through the tailbone nice and high. Good. And now walk the toes forward on the mat. Come into a forward fold, tucking the chin towards the chest, letting the upper body just relax down towards the thighs, reaching the fingertips down towards the mat. It's okay if they don't touch. And then begin to round up, gently stacking the back, one vertebra at a time. until our shoulders are stacked over our hips and we lift the chin off the chest, looking forward. Now we're going to do several sets of sun salutations to warm up the body. The first set we're going to do nice and slowly. So while I'll be cueing the breath, if you'd like to take more breaths, go right ahead. So let's inhale and exhale, palms to the center of the chest. Inhale, lift up and back through the fingertips, opening the chest, looking up at the space between our hands. And then exhale, fold forward, bring the fingertips all the way down to the mat. Bend your knees if you need to. Let the head and neck relax, gently shaking the head left and right. As we get used to this posture, maybe we can straighten out our knees a little bit or reach our fingers down towards the mat a little bit further. On your next inhale, take a big step back with the right foot. Lower the knee and flatten the top of the foot to the mat. Gently drop your hips down and forward, feeling that length through the right hip flexor, the left inner thigh, and we're looking up, breathing deeply. Curl the right toes, retain the breath, step the left leg back to plank, draw the abs in, create a straight line down the length of the body. And as you exhale, lower the knees, chest, and forehead. So the hips are lifted from the mat for a purpose, because on our next inhale, we're going to slide forward, lower the fronts of the hips down to the mat, flatten the toes, press through the palms, and look up. Curl the toes, exhale, lift up and back through the tailbone, downward facing dog. Find that length we talked about during our warm-up. Inhale, step the right foot forward between the hands, lower the left knee, and flatten the top of the foot to the mat. Drop the hips down and forward, now stretching the right inner thigh and the left hip flexor. Let's exhale, left foot steps forward, bring it next to the right, tuck the chin towards the chest, look at the knees. And on your next inhale, lift all the way up, gently arching back, looking up at the space between the palms, and exhale, arms down to the sides. Excellent. Inhale, exhale, palms together. Inhale, arms up, gently arch back. Exhale, forward fold, fingertips to the mat. Again, we're moving slowly through this first set of sun salutations, so really let the body relax, take as many breaths as you need to. On your next inhale, we'll step the left leg back, lower the knee and flatten the top of the foot to the mat, drop the hips down and forward, look up towards the sky. If you're feeling too much pressure on the left knee, press more deeply through the top of the left foot. Curl the left toes, step the right leg back, retaining the breath, plank pose. And exhale, knees, chest and forehead to the mat. Inhale, slide the body forward, flatten the tops of the feet, press through the palms and look up. And then curl the toes, exhaling, lifting the hips up and back. Inhale, left foot forward, right knee down, foot flat. Sinking the hips down a little bit more, getting deeper through the inner thigh and hip flexor. And then exhale, right leg steps forward. Look at your knees, breathing deeply. And inhale, arms up, gently arching back. And exhale, release. Excellent. So even though we did that first set relatively slowly, you should still feel the body heat increasing. So we'll do it one more at our standard tempo, which is moving with the breath. So let's inhale. Exhale, palms together. Inhale, arms up. And exhale, forward fold, fingertips to the mat. Inhale, right leg back, knee down, foot flat, look up. Retain the breath, stepping the left leg back to plank. And exhale, knees, chest, and forehead. Inhale, slide forward, lift the chest, look up. Exhale, curl the toes, lift up and back. Downward dog. Inhale, right leg forward, left knee down, foot flat, look up. And exhale, left leg forward, feet together, look at your knees. Inhale, arms up. Gently arch back. Exhale, release. Inhale. Exhale, palms. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, left leg back, knee down, foot flat, look up. Curl the left toes, retain the breath, stepping the right leg back to plank. And exhale, knees, chest and forehead to the mat. Inhale, slide forward, press through the palms, lift the chest, look up. Exhale, curl the toes, lift up and back through the hips, downward facing dog. Inhale, left foot forward, right knee down, foot flat. And exhale, right leg forward, feet together, look at your knees. Inhale, arms up, slightly arch back. Exhale, release. Arms by the side, shoulders back and away from the ears. Let's take a nice deep breath. Excellent job. Let's continue with a little bit of balance. So we all know that balance is so important for our activities of daily life, and it's even more important to be a strong athlete because we're so often on one side of the body or the other with the opposite leg lifted. So let's just work a little bit on tree pose. So rooting down through the left foot, spread the toes nice and wide, knee is soft, shoulders are back, stacked over the hips. And when you're ready, we're going to lift our right foot off of the mat a little bit at a time. Placing the right toes on the left foot, or skipping over the ankle, bringing the right foot to the left inner calf, or skipping over the left knee and bringing the right foot to the left inner thigh. So either of those three positions are perfect. We don't want to put any sideways pressure on the ankle or knee joint. Once your right foot is lifted and along the left leg, we're going to grow even taller and lengthen out of the left side of the body. Standing tall, keeping the shoulders back, our arms can remain on the hips, the heart center, or we can come all the way up. Continuing to breathe deeply, focusing the eyes on a point that's not moving, something just higher than eye level. If at any point you feel wobbly, bring that right foot back down to the mat and lift it back up when you're ready. Practice really helps improve our balance. Good, let's come down, lowering the arms, lowering the right foot to the mat. Take a nice deep breath and shake it out. Excellent job. Let's switch it up. So root down through the right foot now, spread those toes wide, knee is soft, shoulders are back. When you're ready, just as we did on the first side, we're peeling the opposite foot up and bringing it either to the top of the opposite foot, inner calf, or inner thigh today. Okay, and you can use your hand to assist by bringing the heel in a little bit closer to the body. Once your foot's in position, hands are on the hips, heart, we're lifted, and we're pressing down deeply through that foot, coming a little bit taller, keeping the hip in line, stacked over the ankle, and breathing deeply. Focus the eyes. It helps steady the body. Good, let's release our arms all the way down, lower the leg, bring it back to the mat, and shake it out. Excellent. Let's walk our feet wide now. So about mat width apart, in this as a generalization, so if your legs are longer, or if you've got greater flexibility through the hips, you might be able to step the feet even wider. But again, if we're tight through the inner thighs and hips, maybe a little bit closer than mat width apart would be more appropriate today. So you can adjust at any time, but we want our toes turned out about 45 degrees and our knees should be pointing that same direction. Let's bring our hands to the heart and we're going to move with our breath. So inhale, sink down into this squat. Again, checking that alignment, knees pointing towards the second or third toe. Exhale, press through the soles of the feet, come back up. So inhale, we lower down. Exhale, we lift. So we're not only strengthening the legs, but we're continuing to warm up the important muscles that wrap around the hips and thighs that we're going to be continuing to stretch out. So it's always easier to stretch the muscles when they're warm. Inhale as we lower. Exhale as we lift. Excellent. Let's bring our hands back to our hips, and we're going to walk our feet even wider. So this time we're going to rotate the feet so the toes are parallel to one another. And again, wherever is comfortable for you today. So let's start with our hands on our hips. Take a deep inhale. And as we exhale, we're going to hinge forward from the hips. So keep a straight line from the back of the head to the tailbone as we fold forward. And when we're about halfway down, drop the hands towards the mat. You can always use your block again here by placing your hands on the block. And we're just going to continue to fold forward, bringing the chin towards the chest, letting the head hang and relax, shaking it left and right gently, maybe up and down. And as we breathe, we're sinking our chest a little bit lower, a little bit closer to the body, walking our hands, bring them in line with the feet if we can to fold a little bit more deeply. And we should be feeling this now down the backs of the legs, maybe the inner thighs, the lower back. Sometimes the stretch is a little bit more unique depending on the imbalances or the dominant muscles in the body. If you can, maybe inch the feet a little bit wider apart. Let your body sink down a little bit deeper. And then walk your hands over towards one foot, bring the chest towards the thigh, let the head and neck relax. Try and keep the knees soft, meaning the joints aren't locked, but they're not really bent either. Just a nice, soft, light bend in the knee. And then walk the hands back through center and bring them over to the opposite side. One side may feel tighter than the other. That's okay. That's perfectly normal. That's why we're doing this. Breathe deeply. Good. Let's bring our hands back to the center. And we're going to walk our feet a little bit closer now. Keep the feet parallel and lift the chest up so our torso is parallel to the mat. We're going to inch our fingertips over towards our right leg, bend the right knee, and most importantly, reach the tailbone back behind us. Okay, so really by reaching the hips back, we're going to feel that stretch all the way down the inside of the opposite leg. Breathe deeply. And on your next exhale, straighten out the leg, come back to center, inching the fingertips back under the shoulders. Inhale. And exhale, bend the opposite knee, inch the fingertips over towards that side, reach back through the tailbone. And again, finding length through the inner thigh, all the way down to that heel. Good. Let's straighten out the leg, inch the hands back to center, take an inhale. Exhale, fold forward, chin towards the chest, look through the legs, let the head gently move left and right. And then reach your hands for your toes or your ankles and pull the chest in a little bit closer. Find more length through the spine, reaching the crown of the head down towards the mat. Breathing deeply. And let's release the legs, round up, stacking the back until the shoulders are over the hips. Lift the chin off the chest, roll the shoulders back and away from your ears. Excellent job. Let's bring our feet back under the body, shake them out a little bit. And now we're going to find some length in the hamstrings. So turn and face the top of your mat if you're not there already. And we're going to bring our hands to our hips, stepping our right foot forward about a stride. So our feet are parallel to one another, but they're not walking a tightrope. Think railroad tracks, okay? So our feet still remain in line with our hips. Hands on the waist, inhale. And as we exhale, we're hinging forward now, dropping our eyes and our gaze as we fold forward, finding length through the right hamstring. So hold it here, breathing deeply. Notice if the quads are tight or gripping, squeezing the kneecaps in, let them relax. flatten out the back of the neck. So if you're still looking forward, draw the chin in towards the chest so we have a straight, long spine. On your next exhale, we're now going to round forward, relax our hands down to the foot, ankle, calf, mat, wherever you can reach. Maybe you've got a block handy, and we're just going to lower our chest and our face towards the right leg. If this is too intense, lift the body up until that stretch is sustainable. We don't want to be in pain, but we do want to feel a stretch. So you know your body best. Adjust as needed. Excellent. Let's release. Press down into the soles of the feet to maintain our balance as we round up, stacking the back, shoulders over the hips, and lifting the chin off the chest. Step the left foot forward now, and the right foot back. Again, feet about astride, apart, parallel to one another. Hands on the hips to begin. Inhale, exhale, hinging at the hips. Straight line down the back of the body. Drop your gaze, draw it in towards those left toes as you fold. Flatten out the back of the neck. Let go of the quads if they're tense. Just let them relax. Maybe you can sink a little bit lower as you relax into the posture. And on your next exhale, drop the fingertips down towards the leg or the mat. Round the upper body forward, drawing your nose towards your knee. And exhale, round up, stacking the back. All the way up. Shoulders back, chin off the chest, look straight ahead. Excellent job. Let's bring both feet together. And we're going to step it back on our mat. Coming back to mountain pose, feet under the hips. And let's inhale both arms up. And exhale, fold forward. Hands to the mat or to a block. If the hands aren't touching the floor today, that's okay. Bring them to the ankles or shins. And we're just going to pedal the knees, just like we did in our warm-up with downward dog. We can still do that here in forward fold. So keeping the full foot on the mat, you're just going to shift your weight so you can bend one knee at a time. You'll now feel this stretch through the opposite hip and hamstring. And then gently switch directions. So for those of us that run and walk quite a bit, the IT band generally is known to get tight. So it's really the muscles that the IT band is connecting to that get really tight. So here we can get in nice and deeply and stretch those muscles up in the upper hip. Excellent. All right, so straighten out both knees. Take a nice deep breath. Bring the hands around to the back of the calves. Pull the chest in a little bit closer. Look towards your legs. Let your head and neck relax. Lengthen down the spine, reaching the crown of the head towards the toes. And release. This time bring the hands to the mat, lowering the knees to the mat, flattening the tops of the feet, and sitting back on your heels, walking the hands forward into child's pose, taking a couple nice deep breaths. If your forehead doesn't comfortably touch the mat, you can always stack one fist on top of the other and rest your forehead on top. Or if you've got that block nearby, just place your forehead on a block. The more comfortable, the better. Let's lift our head up, look forward towards our hands, spread the fingers wide, pressing into the palms. We'll come into downward facing dog. Hips up, heels down, breathing deeply. All right, let's now Step the right foot forward, bring it between the hands, just as we did in our sun salutation warm-up. If possible, wiggle that left foot back a little bit, as long as we maintain the right knee over the right ankle. That alignment is important. We're pressing back through the left heel, finding length through the left quad and hip flexor, and breathing deeply. Gently lower the left knee to the mat, flatten the top of the foot as well. Press deeply from the top of the foot into the mat to help disperse the weight on the back leg. Inch the hands up to the right thigh, roll the shoulders back, keep them over the hips. If your lower back is feeling okay, reach the arms out at shoulder height and very gently lift up through the fingertips. Look at that space between the palms and arch back, keeping your shoulders away from your ears. And let's release. Fold forward, bring our hands all the way down to the mat now, framing the right foot. And we're going to press our hips back, lengthening the right leg, lifting the toes, folding forward over the thigh, stretching the hamstring. Now, the more we flex the right foot, the deeper we'll get into the calf as well. So notice what your body needs today and adjust for your comfort. Let's walk the hands forward, lowering the right foot to the mat. We're going to curl the left toes, lift the left knee, and step the right leg back. Hips up, downward dog, and switch sides. Inhale, stepping the left foot forward now, low lunge. Press back through the right heel. Left knee is stacked over the left ankle. Breathing deeply. Gently lower the right knee to the mat, flatten the top of the foot, pressing down through the top of the foot. Hands come to the left thigh and roll the shoulders back, stack them over your hips. Check in here, breathing deeply, continuing to press down and forward through the hips. If your lower back is feeling okay, bring the arms out and gently open up, lifting the chest, looking at that space between the palms, arching back little by little. Arching back with the upper body doesn't mean we're moving our hips. They remain down and forward. Forget to breathe. And exhale, hands down to the mat. And then press the hips back. Straighten out the left leg, lift the toes, fold forward over the thigh. And release, walk the hands forward and step the left leg back. Bring it under the hips and we're just going to swing our legs around and roll back on our mat. So keeping the left knee bent, let's lift the right leg up, right ankle on top of the left thigh or knee. We're going to reach the right hand through the legs, left hand on the outside of the left thigh, and draw the legs in towards the chest. Feel this through the outside of the right hip and thigh. Maybe even the right inner thigh as well, again, depending on your flexibility. Keep the legs where they are, but release the hands, lower the left foot to the mat. And now we're going to slide the right leg and stack it on the left. So we're just bringing our thighs together. Arms are extended out to the side and very, very gently, we're slowly lowering the stacked knees to the left and looking over the right shoulder. And then come back up through center. Lower the right foot to the mat. Lift the left leg up, ankle to the right knee or thigh. Left hand through the legs, right hand on the outside. Draw the legs in towards your chest. If you want more of an intense stretch, you can bring your hands around to the right shin. or you can always extend the leg. Take one more inhale. And exhale, lower the right foot to the mat. Release the hands and slide the left leg so it's stacked on top of the right. Extend the arms out to your side. And we're going to gently lower the knees down to the right side and look over the left shoulder. Bring the knees back to the center, lowering the left hip to the mat. And now bring your left leg down, right leg down, heels about mat width apart. Flip the palms so they're up towards the sky. Tuck the shoulder blades back and under the body. And let the whole body relax. Close your eyes. Take a couple nice deep breaths. Breathing deeply into the chest, abdomen, and back. And as you exhale, let the whole body relax. Let it sink down into your mat. And let the mind relax, letting go of any thoughts, plans, or ideas. If the mind wanders, just bring it back to your breath. And then bring your awareness all the way down your body to your feet. And mentally repeat after me. My toes, feet, and heels are releasing and relaxing. My toes, feet, and heels are released and relaxed. My ankles, calves, and knees are releasing and relaxing. My ankles, calves, and knees are released and relaxed. My thighs, hips, and buttocks are releasing and relaxing. My thighs, hips, and buttocks are released and relaxed. My abdomen and lower back are releasing and relaxing. My abdomen and lower back are released and relaxed. My fingers, hands, and wrists are releasing and relaxing. My fingers, hands, and wrists are released and relaxed. My forearms, elbows, and upper arms are releasing and relaxing. My forearms, elbows, and upper arms are released and relaxed. My chest, back, and shoulders are releasing and relaxing. My chest, back, and shoulders are released and relaxed. My neck, head, and face are releasing and relaxing. My neck, head, and face are released and relaxed. My mind is calm, my breathing is even, and I am completely relaxed. awareness back to your body, begin to move your fingers and toes. Bring the heels together, reach the arms up overhead, and find length through the entire body. And bring your arms down to your sides, bend your knees in towards your chest. Grabbing a hold of the fronts of the shins, gently rock the lower body side to side. Massaging the back and gently awakening the body. And then roll onto your right side. Place the left hand in front of your chest. Take a nice deep breath. And then press into the left palm. Come back into a cross-legged position. Rolling your shoulders back, away from your ears, sitting up tall. Take a nice deep breath. Bring the hands to the heart. Namaste. Thank you for practicing with me today. If you enjoyed today's sequence, please like the video and subscribe.